Yeah, heavy rain, some dangerous lightning, and we're seeing some gusty conditions. Wind speed's not too much of a concern, but it's the amount of rain that has been falling here for the past 25 and 30 minutes. We had a pretty significant heavy downpour that moved over downtown. Now it's over portions of East Houston. So Cloverleaf, you're seeing quite a bit of lightning with that storm as it's moving closer towards Mont Belvieu. But take a look at downtown. We're seeing a little bit of a break, but just behind that, as I take a look at what's happening on our radar behind this line of storms and rain, we have more of the rain on the way. We're just not out of the woods yet when it comes to the heavy downpours. We're also tracking another storm that's currently south of El Campo. We have a severe thunderstorm warning with 60-mile-an-hour winds. This storm had a history of producing very large hail towards in around the Victoria area, so that is moving towards El Campo. If you are in El Campo, even Wharton, you're gonna have to really pay attention to that storm to the southeast of you. But as we take a look at all the rainfall that we saw, we're actually taking a look at the hail size. We did see some small hail with that storm that was currently in and around the central portions of town. I'm going to go ahead and loop this here. You're able to see that speck that kind of just went over downtown Houston. That was some pretty small hail. We didn't see any reports, but that's just really showing you another storm that had hail with it. Not as large as what we saw out in Pearland, but we're also looking at those rain accumulations as well. So as we take a look at what we're expecting to see here in the next 25 to 30 minutes is once we get closer towards the 2 to 3 inch rainfall accumulation, that's when we start looking at issues on roadways. And we've actually got above that, especially just north of downtown Houston, 3.2 across 290. Cypress, you saw more of the heaviest rain this morning. They got close to 4.5 inches of rainfall. So I wouldn't imagine if Cypress Creek is looking a little swollen at the moment. But the severe impacts that we're keeping an eye on is the possibility for street flooding. None of the storms that we've seen so far has any tornado threat or any of the wind damage. Yes, we saw large hail last night with the storm that was moving through Pearland, but at the current moment, large hail not a factor. The only storm that we're looking at is that storm that's in around the Wharton area. So future tracks showing this to continue at least until 4:30, even 5 o'clock. It's not going to be until at least 6:30, maybe 7 is when we're going to start seeing that rain go from heavy to more of a light rain accumulation. And so as we take a look at the evening planner here, we're looking at this to continue at least through 9:30 to 10 p.m. as when we're going to start seeing that rain becoming more light in nature. And then eventually by midnight, all the rain is out of the picture and it's not really going to pose a threat to us anymore. So it's the reason why we've had that weather impact alert all day. Heavy rain possible with flooding risks being in the picture, and so definitely be on the lookout for that as well. We're also taking a live look at our gauges here across the Harris County area. This is in partnership with the Harris County Flood Control District. For the most part, all of our gauges are in good standing. We're also keeping an eye on, this is showing you all the gauges across the Houston area, but as we take a look closer towards Tomball, this is some of the areas that we've seen quite significant rain, especially in portions of northwestern Harris County. And so we're starting to see some of those streams and those bayous starting to fill up a bit, especially as we take a live look right now at what's happening. So for any additional rainfall could cause even more issues with that, especially as we go into the last 24 to 48 hours. But looking at the rain today, this is our neighborhood weather network. We've seen close to 3.7 inches of rain along Cypress Point Drive. This is in northwestern Harris County. Folks that are on the northeast side of town, just about to approach 2.5 inches, especially in Spirit Falls Court. That's in and around the Summerwood area south of Atascocita. This is the heights. So we're starting to see those rain accumulations range between 2 and 3 inches, in which we could start seeing more of those downpours to move on in, especially as we progress through the next 24 to 30 minutes here across the city of Houston. So definitely be on the lookout for that. But of course, we're keeping an eye on that flooding threat with these downpours, and that flood risk definitely the case as we head into later on this evening. Ron?
All right. Thank you so much, Chris.